Monkey.
Now, I put a poll on my YouTube channel, I believe it was a week ago or so, and I asked who wins, Alexander Usyk or Tyson Fury, and I was surprised that 63% of people picked Alexander Usyk compared to only 37% picking Tyson Fury, and I'll explain why, even though I believe now that Usyk might be the favorite in the fight. Well, I actually believed Usyk was the favorite before the poll, although I have changed my mind. I have said in a previous video that I would favor Tyson Fury, but then I did kind of change my mind to Alexander Usyk after looking at some tape. There was one interesting comment from some guy called Quinton G, and he essentially just said, I'm a summarizer because he said a lot. He acknowledged that, Tyson Fury has a massive size advantage and he's got ring IQ, but he said essentially that he believes Tyson Fury's legs are going, and that he believes, due to the time spent out of the ring, maybe some unhealthy habits, it's taken from Tyson Fury's mobility and his ability to move around the ring and box very well. And not to mention, Tyson Fury is about, 34 years old, and that the likes of Ali, had a significant reduction in his footwork and speed once he came out of jail. He essentially believes that the reason Tyson Fury has adapted his style, has changed trainers to Sugar Hill Stewart, is because he can't maintain, moving around the ring and boxing like he did in the Vladimir Klitschko fight, because his legs have essentially slowed down. Now, I actually agree with this statement because there's no such thing as an invincible fighter, and I know that every fighter has weaknesses. Tyson Fury had a big spell of 2 to 3 years where he was away from the boxing ring, where he wasn't living his best lifestyle, and that takes a toll on you physically. It does things to your body, and it affects you in ways, and you may never recover from, those type of effects that you experience during the time frame spent outside of the boxing ring. He also mentioned how Deontay Wilder, gave Fury a bit of problems in the first fight, and obviously Otto Wallen was able to cause Tyson Fury problems because he was a decent mover, and how apparently Jared Anderson has essentially did wonders in sparring against Tyson Fury. And he's also, he's a prospect, but he's a good mover, Jared Anderson. And not to mention, we all know that Tyson Fury has been dropped by small guys such as Steve Cunningham, and obviously Usyk is a way better fighter than Steve Cunningham. Let's just be real, people. I suspect, with Tyson Fury's reduction in his footwork and his mobility and his just general ability to move around the ring, Usyk is going to have, the superior footwork, the superior speed. I don't think that can be questioned. And it's going to be very difficult for Tyson Fury to pin Alexander Usyk down. The one thing Tyson Fury does have in his favor is, I have described Tyson Fury with this word so many times, he knows how to get gritty. He knows the dark art. He's got tricks up his sleeve that he utilizes. He knows when to clinch, and he leans on you. He puts his body weight on you, and he fatigues you. Look at the second fight against Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury would tag Deontay Wilder with a couple of nice shots, and then he would clinch. And he would essentially ragdoll Deontay Wilder like some child. It looked like a man versus a child, the Fury Wilder's 2 fight, because Fury was just leaning on Deontay Wilder, and he was just way heavier, and he was fatiguing Deontay Wilder, and Deontay Wilder was tripping over his feet, and he had so many issues because Tyson Fury was able to implement very intelligent tactics without being excessive. Because I believe that Klitschko also used to do this, but Klitschko was excessive, and he should have lost a lot of points when he did it, whereas Tyson Fury he's a little bit more secretive about it. He does it in spurts, he doesn't do it excessively. So it's hard for the referee to really say, Tyson Fury, you need to lose a point. It's hard for the referee to really give him a warning, though I do believe he actually got a point deducted in the second Wilder fight. But I remember thinking to myself that point deduction was probably a little bit harsh. Tyson Fury says a lot about the likes of Anthony Joshua being a bottle job. And I always had this feeling where obviously Fury wanted Joshua to beat Usyk because the Joshua fight is a bigger fight, but I just feel like in Fury's mind, he feels like Joshua is an easy touch. That's why he says, "Oh, it's not my fault. Usyk beat some bodybuilder. And, Joshua's a bottle job." Because he really wanted to fight Anthony Joshua. He's disappointed in Anthony Joshua because he feels as if Anthony Joshua is a very straightforward, rudimentary, upright fighter and that he can be got at very easily. Whereas Alexander Usyk, people underestimate him. People would make Tyson Fury the favorites, the casuals, that being, not the hardcores. That's why I was surprised with the poll, because I've been seeing a lot of casuals and everyone's been saying, "Oh, Fury beats Usyk easily." I remember one guy in my comment section said something along the lines of, "You have a problem if you think anyone could even challenge Tyson Fury," as if Tyson Fury is some immovable object, as if he hasn't been dropped and hurt in his career before. It's very nice to listen to the casuals because they will bring an objective point of view. Now, I still feel like the fight is, kind of 50-50, but with the decline of Tyson Fury's movement, with Usyk's confidence, with Usyk's ability to change levels, move his head off the center line, constantly moving around the ring laterally and causing sensory overload amongst his opponents, that probably gives Usyk the slight edge in the Tyson Fury fight. But then again, Fury is a massive heavyweight. He's got superior height, superior reach, and he also understands ring generalship. He's got a good IQ. And Fury fights like a veteran. I mean, you cannot deny it. The guy, he does such subtle things that make such a huge difference in his fights because he's an intelligent guy. What can there be said about him? But with Tyson Fury calling Alexander Usyk a middleweight, saying, how I think he was trolling Usyk for getting stopped or getting hurt or getting dropped by Sean Porter in the amateurs, obviously, not as pros, because Sean Porter is a retired welterweight and Usyk was a cruiserweight and now campaigns at heavyweight. But yeah, we're saying Usyk is a middleweight and so on and so forth. That might really backfire because people now, when I say people, I'm talking more so about the casuals, they're overwhelmingly expecting a Tyson Fury win. They think this is a very easy fight for Tyson Fury. And with them expecting such an easy fight for Tyson Fury, if Tyson Fury struggles against Alexander Usyk, or if Tyson Fury potentially loses against Alexander Usyk, these casuals are going to be very shell-shocked. I mean, what else is there to say? They're so used to Tyson Fury having it his own way. They've seen Tyson Fury knock out, arguably the biggest puncher in history in Deontay Wilder. So now they think that, well, everyone is less of a threat than Wilder. No one can punch near as hard as Wilder. So if Tyson Fury can beat Deontay Wilder, then he can definitely beat Alexander Usyk. Usyk's just too small. Usyk doesn't have any power. Well, that's a very, very novice way of looking at a fight. You really got to break down the fighter's strengths and weaknesses and ponder upon how you feel their styles would match up against each other. Alright guys, those are just my thoughts on Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. Once in the past, I was saying that, I favor Tyson Fury. Now I'm saying I favor Alexander Usyk. It's really tough because they're both great fighters. Hopefully we get that fight next. I know, Alexander Usyk has a couple of mandatories, but Undisputed Bout trumps mandatory bouts, and the sanctioning bodies will make a pass if it is to unify or have an undisputed champion. So yeah, let's hope we can get the fight on. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Don't be a ninja watcher. Help me get to 500 subscribers. Alright, peace guys.